prediction. Be any card at any number. The thought of card. Cornerstones of card magic. Gigantic holy grail plots that magicians have been trying to solve for decades.
That's impossible. That's impossible. That's impossible.
In today's video, you're going to see my latest work on my approach to the monstrous thought of card plot.
And if this is some sort of AI device that you've got in your ear or something that's...
Oh, there's no and it's literally, like, I could just grab any deck in this room and just do it again.
Does the perfect thought of card exist? Nope. Will it ever exist? Probably not. But right now, this is my latest, most advanced work on the plot. So let's dive into a performance.
I didn't say it out loud. I could have changed my mind 14 times. I could have not landed on a card in my head and then just picked one at random at the end. Like, he didn't know what was going on in my head. I could do that. People do that and they try and mess up magicians and stuff. Like, that is real magic.
All right, magicians, this one is for you guys at home. Before we begin, more than ever in any type of effect like this, it's so important that Kaylee confirms that there's no setup here. She just knows what's going to happen, can be told, well,
I'm guessing it's a card trick, but other than that, it'd be pointless.
it is a card trick, but the reason why I'm adamant that you need to know this is not faked or shouldn't be pre-showed or told what to do or say is because I'm attempting one of the cornerstones in card magic. There are big card magic effects like open predictions, ACANs, which are like holy grails, and I like to try and tackle them in ways, I always try to tackle them in ways when I'm creating that sort of get rid of typical magician methods in terms of like this one. I mean, this is a thought of card effect, but there's so many ways which when you read the description it sounds like a miracle. The layperson thinks of a card and then the magician knows what it is, but when you read the method, actually it's a really convoluted method. Like, okay, the layperson thinks of a card and then they deal down to their value to indicate it, or the layperson thinks of any card they see or any card they see, or that, and then they do funny dealing procedures, and that to me is not how it should look. I wanted to be able to have a participant think of any card in the deck, and obviously there's a method, so it's not real magic, but I started off creating how I thought it could look presentationally, and then the method came after. So I approached the effect creation back to front, and if this works, it's given me a tool which is incredibly powerful, and more than anything, it gets rid of all the bullshit from the other methods. So with that being said, do you want to begin?
Of course.
All right. First of all, this is a truly shuffle deck of cards. In fact, this is the deck I was given at the session convention either this year or in 2025. It's super old. There's no gimmicks. There's no Svengali, no rough and smooth. It's just
A deck.
a regular deck of cards, okay?
Yeah.
What I want you to do is take the cards under the table.
Yeah.
And cut and complete them.
Mm-hmm.
Like this. Got it?
Yeah.
Now, I want you to think of any card in the deck.
Okay.
Okay? Do not tell me anything about it.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
All right. Now, please at home confirm that I genuinely don't know what card you're thinking of.
No, you can't.
This is not set up in any way.
No.
You're going to attempt to see just by skill or blind luck, see if you can cut to your card. Right? So cut the deck, look at the card you've cut to, and see if you're right. I'm going to look away.
Say not.
Is it even close? Like a same color suit?
No.
Close to the value?
Sort of. It's sort of like a one away.
All right, not bad. But that's so kind of close on one part, but like nowhere near.
Yeah.
All right, shuffle the cards up or cut and complete them again, whatever you want to do. Do you want to try to do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. Just probably because it's fun.
Yeah.
Not as fun as this trick's going to get.
Right, ready?
Yeah. And this is like a 1 in 52 chance, now down into like a 1 in 51 chance, unless you cut to the same card again.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
You think close about it?
No, let's play.
All right. Okay, shuffle them up so that I can't backtrack this in any way.
then I can drop them all over the floor. You just make it more difficult for me.
Good? Happy?
Yeah.
So just for the viewers at home, this is a truly shuffled deck. No gimmick. It's an old deck of cards. And I know nothing about Kaylee's card.
Yeah.
If this works, this is so crazy because you could literally do this to anyone. I'm going to go through and make a prediction which is going to match your thought of card. I hope.
Okay.
Look at me. Do you want to change your mind?
Yeah.
Okay, you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've just changed mine.
I hate it when he does that because I feel like I get the trick wrong then.
I
feel like I'm going to get the trick wrong now and then that's it and that's the end of it.
All right, that's my prediction. Please go ahead and take your card out of the deck.
Oh, this is where
I'm actually like a bit nervous now because we only get one take to do these.
Yep. What's going on?
And this is like an attempt at like a holy grail type card trick.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I think I'm more nervous than you.
I'm so scared. I feel like I've messed it out completely.
So
I don't know how you could do this. This is like
you think about this. A truly shuffled regular deck.
there's no way that you could have known what card I was thinking of. No way.
So I made a prediction to match your card. And the prediction...
To match my card. Because
Yeah.
obviously.
So my prediction...
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what card I think you were thinking of. And then I'll show that I locked it in without being able to change my mind so that you know it's not
Yeah.
locked deck or anything.
Okay.
I thought you were thinking of... Turn it over at the same time. 3, 2, 1, the Queen of Hearts. My prediction was the red Queen of Diamonds.
Shut up. That's impossible. That's impossible. That's impossible. Because you weren't in my head. Well, you clearly fucking were. How did you do that? You didn't. You barely touched the deck. I shuffled it. I did everything. But I didn't even say my card. Oh, shut up, Kaylee. You're digging yourself a hole. That's really good.
I'm so stupidly proud of this effect.
That's fucking sick.
Can I just ask you,
Yeah.
how did that feel in terms of like presentation or magic or mentalism wise? I was trying to get rid of the feeling that you had to think of any card or
You didn't.
choose a
I
particular
felt
selection or...
like you were saying, like it's normally forced,
Yeah.
and I know that it can be forced because I'm not a lay person. But then that didn't feel forced at all.
There was no force, and you could have thought of any
But this is
single
the
card.
thing. This is the thing. You couldn't have been in my head to know what card I was thinking of.
Yeah.
But I felt like you were because of the end, because you did get it,
Yeah.
and I actually can't work it out. No.
All right, magicians, just a quick heads up. This is a Fooler episode, so this isn't one of my weekly tutorials. I think this one's a little bit too good to just let the public be able to find it on YouTube. So for everyone that's already a member of my membership over on Patreon or through YouTube memberships, this is already available to learn. If you're not already a member, head to patreon.com/LloydB, and the tutorial's already available if you sign up to become a full member. Plus you get like over 50 other exclusive tutorials that are also way too good to go on YouTube. So if you want to learn the secret to this right now and start performing it immediately, go and check it out.
It can't be in stack. There can't be any like. There's no markings on the card.
I can literally do this with a borrowed deck of cards at a moment's notice. I can literally just borrow the deck and start the trick.
Like there's no order to it. There's no stack. They're not rough. They're not stuck together. Well, I shuffled them under the deck and I couldn't predict even when I was flicking through the cards and lifting them up.
And every time you cut and complete, there was a different card.
Yeah. I cut two completely different cards every single time. But you can't predict what I'm going to cut to. I can't predict what I'm going to cut to. If it felt like you were in my head. And if this is some sort of AI shitty device that you've got in your ear or something, there's
no electronics. Literally, like I could just grab any deck in this room and just do it again.
That's nuts.
I can literally just grab any deck in this room and do it. Now, there is a method. There is a method. This is not real magic.
This is why I'm trying to work it out. You got me.
All right, so full name marks. Marks for creativity. I suppose.
I'm fooled completely, so it's got to be a 10. I feel like you have intruded my thoughts.
I feel like.
I feel like it's more. I feel like.
Chicken to note.
No, shush. See, you put me off now. I feel like that to any layperson, to me, to any layperson is magic.
Yeah.
I can't backtrack a method to that. And even if I try, I can't. There is no way. There's no way. I didn't say it out loud. I could have changed my mind 14 times. I could have not landed on a card in my head and then just picked one at random at the end. Like, he didn't know what was going on in my head. I could do that. People do that and they try and mess up magicians and stuff. Like, that is real magic.
I think from a creative standpoint, it's hard for you to judge because it's not really different as an effect.
No.
From a methodology point of view, I've approached it from effect first or feel first. So when I literally sat down to create this. I jammed with Jake Keen on it as well to go back and forth on some certain things. And I thought, how would this look if I could do it?
Yeah.
And then
in real life. And that's probably the best way to come up with a trick, is it not?
For the most part, yeah. So the reason why some people, like new creators, for example, are often better creators or come up with better ideas than people who've been creative for a long time, because they don't put any boundaries on their creativity. They often don't have the foundational understanding or encyclopedic knowledge of methods.
Yeah,
so they just go for like lofty goals.
Yeah.
And as an old creator, I sometimes get caught in that trap of thinking, "Oh, can't do that because that would be not possible."
I get that.
So sometimes you have to throw the rule book out.
Yeah.
And so with this, I tried to do that. I just thought, how would it kind of look? How would it play if I could just do it?
Yeah.
I'd be able to do this anywhere, anytime.
It would look like you had a magic wand and you just went, I've pulled that card out your head. And that's literally what it felt like.
Yeah. So, okay. Thank you so much.
It was.
Taking part. If you want to learn this, this is one of those tricks. I think the secret's a little bit too good to share publicly. So it is on my Patreon. Go to patreon.com/LloydB. There's tutorials up there. And there's actually a few different ways to achieve this. A couple of different methods taught for different scenarios, different environments. But all of them are completely fail-safe. Like, this will work 100% of the time, which is kind of crazy.
That's mental.
And it's really, 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 really stupidly easy to do.
It's really, really, really stupidly annoying me that I can't work it out.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Anyway, guys, that was it for me. See you all in the next video. Peace.